Welcome friends, this is the 17th session of this course on manufacturing strategy. We are discussing since last few sessions about various order winners and qualifiers. We discussed order winners and qualifiers are the important thing for developing your functional level strategy. Most of the time marketing department was responsible for understanding the markets, and on the basis of their understanding other functional activities used to respond. But it is important that all functional activities understand the market, that why a customer is purchasing your product, how can we provide that type of qualities, that type of characteristics in my product because of which product is being purchased by the markets. And therefore, the concept of order winners and qualifiers, that is important concept for manufacturing strategy also. We started discussing order winners and qualifiers for specifically operation related characteristics, those characteristics which can be developed or for which you can say operations activities are responsible. We started the discussion with price, that how price is a very important order winner and qualifier, and how operation can provide you low cost with the help of cost reduction, with the help of lean activities, with the help of knowledge of experience curve. Then we discussed second important order winner and qualifier, that is related to delivery, that how to provide delivery reliability or on time delivery and how to improve your delivery speed. So, two dimensions of deliveries were discussed. Then we discussed fourth order winner and qualifier, which is again related to operation role, that is quality. We discussed two important dimensions of quality. One is the conformance to the specification and second is fitness to use. Fitness to use is the customer perspective and conformance to specification is the manufacturer's perspective. So, that is also important part for fulfilling the characteristics because of which a customer is purchasing your product. Now, coming to more such order winners and qualifiers, in this session we are going to discuss one important order winner qualifier, that is the responsiveness. How quickly you can offer products to your customer, and the responsiveness is not only with respect to how quickly you are able to fulfill the requirement of the customer, rather responsiveness is also can be seen in the light of how can you fulfill the varied demand of your customer. So, varied demand now we are taking in terms of if your demand level, the volume of demand changes. If different level of volumes are there, can you fulfill, can your operation fulfill that varied level of demands or not? Some organizations may have some constraints, that if your demand increases, for an example, if I am dealing in an emergency product and there is sudden increase in the demand of those product, last years there were lot of environmental problems in National Capital Region during the month of October and September. We used to see that this was smog. Now, because of sudden increase in pollutants in the environment, there was a increase in the demand of air filters, and as a result of that many companies could not provide the sudden increase, or they could not satisfy the sudden increase in the demand of air filters. So, one particular dimension of responsiveness is that how you can handle, how you can respond to varied level of demand, or if there is a sudden increase in the demand. In some kind of disaster situation, the demand of medicines, demand of woolen cloth, demand of packaged drinks, all these things increase because of sudden requirements. Now, there are few companies which have enough excess capacity, and because of that excess capacity they are able to meet this sudden increase in demand. But if you do not have that excess capacity, you will not be able to fulfill this sudden increase in the demand. Now, the question is how much excess capacity you want to have, because if you keep excess capacity, this is at the expense of some cost. So, on the other hand, price is also a important order winner qualifier, and you need to keep price within some limit. But if you want to fulfill the excess demands, you need to have excess capacities, and excess capacities come at a cost. So, there is a trade off, and we need to see that what is the optimum level of excess capacity. And if you see that you are getting a regular sudden increase in demand, then it is advisable to develop your own capacity. If this sudden increase in demand is not a regular phenomena, then you may go for outsourcing, you may involve your workers for overtime, and these short term measures are possible to fulfill the additional requirement, additional demand of your product. So, one particular aspect that how do you fulfill the demand of additional products, that is a separate matter, but your ability to do that, ability to respond to increase in demand is certainly a important order winner and qualifier in some of the markets. And therefore, we talk of flexible capacities. If you have flexible capacities where if demand is more, you can produce more, if demand is less, you can produce less. So, those flexible capacities become a very important order winner for many of the organizations. It is not coming under the category of qualifiers. Most of the time the flexible capacities, if you have this type of characteristic in your organization, then it is a very important order winner in some of the cases where organizations are not able to predict the exact demand that I am going to organize a function, and how many people will attend that function. If I am not able to actually forecast appropriately the number of participants in that function, I will like to have a service provider who can have the flexible capacity, who can give me, if number is more, then also I can provide you the service, if number is less, then also I can provide you the service. So, the flexible capacity becomes very important order winner in that particular case. So, in not all the cases flexible capacities are required, but in some cases where forecasting is difficult, when you do not have the historical data, and in that particular case this flexible capacity becomes a very important order winning criteria. Then another important order winner and qualifier which is coming from the operations, that is product range. What type of product range you have? We discussed in one of our previous session that we are moving from similarity to heterogeneity. We now require lot of diversification, we require more and more customization, and as a result of that it is expected that organizations should be capable to offer a wide range of products. Wide range of products are required. Now, for wide range of products you need to have flexible manufacturing systems, that is the primary requirement, then only you can offer wide product of range. And second important thing, you also need to have process focused manufacturing system. If you have product focused manufacturing system, you cannot provide wide range of products. Where you have, depending upon the type of product, what sequence of operations is required, you can decide, and that is only possible in a process focused environment. Now, with respect to product range, we want wide variety, that huge number of products, or in our standard terminology we say we need more and more SKUs, stock keeping units. Then on one side we want wider product range, but on the other side we want low cost also, that you develop a system which should be so efficient that even if you provide mass customization, the cost should not increase. So, that is another challenge with the product range. Then when you are going for very wide range of products, when you are providing mass customization, it is easy to understand that the volume of each of these varieties will not be high. So, you should be developing a facility which is capable of producing low volumes. And then another important thing is faster deliveries. We want as a customer that product should be available to us within no time. So, you see there are lot of contradicting requirements, and when these contradicting requirements are there, it is your ability of operations which should be able to satisfy with a proper mix of these different types of requirements. You want variety, volume is also not very high, cost should also be low, quality should also be good, delivery should also be made within less time. So, all these are different types of requirements, and not all these requirements are in the same direction. So, these requirements are coming from the opposite directions, and that is again a very important challenge and very important skill of operations manager, that how are you able to manage all these different opposite kind of requirements on your manufacturing function. So, this is another important, if your organization is able to provide these things, then probably it is another very important order winner for your organization, that you are able to provide wide variety, low volumes, in faster deliveries, and cost is also you are able to check. So, all these things put together becomes another important order winner, which is operation specific. So, with this we have discussed most of those order winners and qualifier, most of those characteristics which are specific to operations role. Now, we will discuss some of those order winners and qualifiers which are not particular to operations. Other functions can also contribute in the development or in providing strength to these characteristics. So, now let us start with some of those functions. One such characteristic is design, which is related to operation, but not specific to operation. Other functions, marketing, new product development, these functions also provide input to the design activities. Now, in organizations, design is related with variety of aspects. You design for quality as per customer need, then you design for manufacturing, whether the design which you are developing is easy to manufacture or not, or put it in different words, do you have manufacturing facilities to develop this design or not. You developed a design which requires CNC machine, computerized numerically controlled machine, but you do not have a CNC machine in your factory. So, how will you produce that type of design? So, you need to see whether the design is producible or not, whether the design is you can fabricate that design or not. So, that is the ease of manufacturing. So, that is another important aspect in the design. Then design versus quality. On one side you are designing for quality, and on the other side there is another important issue, that design and quality. Now, when we are designing a product, we are designing it with some standard protocols, while quality has a very different dimension, a very different perspective. One important perspective is customer need. Another important perspective we discussed in our one of the session, that there are 8 different dimensions through which you can understand the quality, like what is the performance, what are the features, what is the reliability, what is the durability, what is the maintainability, what is the aesthetics, and what is the perceived quality. So, these different dimensions of quality we have already discussed. Now, whether you are following those dimensions with design protocol, that is the issue of design versus quality. So, we need to see that on one side we should be fulfilling the different dimensions of quality, we have proper answer for all those dimensions of quality, and at the same time we are fulfilling the protocols of design. Now, design can also help us in achieving the low cost. You can achieve low cost with the help of design. So, that is also possible. We need to develop new designs, which can help us in reducing the cost. How it can reduce the cost? Because large component of our product is coming from the material, which contributes more than 50%. Material cost is more than 50%. Now, if you improve the design where you can reduce the material or you can change the material, if a product were earlier made of some costly material and then the newer versions of products are made of some cheaper materials, then obviously you are able to achieve the objective of low cost. So, in reducing the cost, in our previous sessions we discussed that cost reduction is done through experience curve, cost reduction is done through lean activities, cost reduction is done through continuous improvement, etc. But a significant part of cost reduction can be achieved by new designs, and most of the organizations nowadays are doing this cost reduction by design. Because lot of development is taking place in the field of material engineering also. So, new materials which can provide you similar kind of properties, but available at a lower cost, can be used as substitute of the older materials which were costlier, and therefore, we can provide new products which are designed on the basis of these new materials which are available to us, and this will significantly reduce the cost of our products. So, when we see that new products are cheaper than the previous products, one of the reason is new materials used in them, and new materials provide almost similar kind of properties. The development in the field of alloys, composites, etc. have also reduced burden on the natural resources, and at the same time these are providing us alternative materials which are available at low cost. So, design can provide you lot of cost saving because of change in materials. Then if you have a very good design department, this will also help you. Just now we discussed that how product range is one important order winner and qualifier. So, if you have a very good in-house design department, it can provide you wide variety of products. So, wide variety of product can only be enjoyed when you have a in-house design department. If you are outsourcing designs, you cannot enjoy that kind of competency in providing the wide design or wide products category. Some of the best toy companies in the world, Leo etc., they are popular only because of their ability to provide a wide range of products. So, they are providing wide range of product, and the success of that wide range of product is their ability or their in-house design department. So, if you have in-house design department, you can also provide wide product range, and that we just discussed that how it is a important order winner and qualifier. So, design plays a very important role, and marketing, new product development are also equally responsible in this design capabilities. Then another important factor characteristic is lead time reduction. Lead time reduction we discussed in one of our earlier session in context of delivery speed and on time delivery. So, lead time reduction is very much similar to it, but many a time it is not only the lead time reduction, but there are few other things also which are associated with this lead time reduction. Now, when you go for lead time reduction, there are other possible benefits like product life cycles can be extended. We are discussing this point many a times that product life cycles are squeezing, are becoming shorter day by day. But if you are able to reduce your lead time, the time when you are conceptualizing the product and time when you are bringing that product to the market, if you are able to reduce this time, you can have probably a longer product life cycle. Then you can also enjoy increased market share. As your competitor will have a lower market share most of the time, though I cannot say in a very generic sense, but in most of the time you will see that those companies which are able to bring their products on an early day, they will enjoy a larger market share. Higher profit margins are also possible with respect to those organizations where lead times are shortened. And if you see that increased market share and high profit margin, if both these things are possible to you, this gives you the benefit of double gain. Your market share is also high and your profit margins are also high. So, you enjoy double gain. So, let us try to see how this double gain is possible, and if I draw this curve that is like this, and this is your competitor. Now, in this particular case you see this is you and this is your competitor. Now, here on this you can say the sales price, and here it is the time. Now, in this graph you are able to see clearly, because you have introduced product on this particular day, you have introduced product in year 2015 and your competitor is introducing product on 2016. So, here your competitor is coming out of market in 2018, while you will come out of the market in 2019. So, you are able to enjoy this product for 4 years, while your competitor is there in the market only for 2 years. So, that is one gain which you are having. the increased market. Then at the same time you see your competitor is able to get, this is the highest level of sales price which your competitor is able to gain, while you are getting this much additional margin. So, your margins are also higher because of your first mover advantage. So, this shows that double gain is possible if you move early, if your speed is high, if you are able to reduce your lead time from conceptualization to bringing the products into the market. And therefore, concepts like accelerator, concepts like incubator, all these things, design thinking, rapid prototyping, all these concepts are becoming popular, so that you can reduce your lead time of bringing new products into the market. And if you are able to achieve that, obviously you will enjoy this double gain, you will remain into the market for a longer period, and you will also achieve higher profit margins. So, this is another very important, you will have increased market share and higher profit margins, which will help you in achieving the double gain. So, lead time is all about how you reduce your time from conceptualization, or you can say idea generation, to market. So, here we want to reduce this process of bringing the product to the market from the idea stage. Earlier it used to take years. A very small product, very simple product, we all may be knowing that product's name is sticky pad. This sticky pad took more than 10 years. This is such a simple product and it took more than 10 years to come to the market. Even in a most complicated electronic gadget, you cannot think of taking 10 years time to bring that product to the market. So, we want faster production, we want faster bringing of products from the idea stage to commercialization stage, and therefore, this also provides you a very important winning and qualifying criteria. But in this, operation is involved, but other than operation we require collaboration of our vendors, we require collaboration of our suppliers, we require collaboration of new product development team. So, there are different types of functional activities which are required in fulfilling the objective of this lead time reduction. If you see some of the examples which will help you in understanding that how companies have improved their lead time reduction, and therefore, they are at the top of their respective fields. Very popular names like AT&T. Earlier their product development time was around 24 months, which they are now able to make up to the 12 months only. HP, a very powerful name in the fields of computer printers, their earlier product development time was 54 months, now it is 21 months. Honeywell, one of the leading name in the field of thermostat, from 48 months to 12 months, they reduced to 1/4 for improving their product lead time. Ingersoll Rand, from 42 months to 14 months. Warner Electric again reduced the product development time by 1/4, 36 months reduced to 9 months. So, capabilities of organizations of reducing the product development lead time becomes a very important characteristic, very important capability of, you can say, these organizations, and therefore, these organizations become world class organizations. So, with this we come to end of this session, where we started discussions on some order winners and qualifiers, where operation and other functional areas of the organizations also contribute. Thank you very much.